We actually started this because of my experience, or because of the experience I had operating aircraft. So by nature, I'm always very curious and have this itch to make things better and more efficient. And one thing that always stood out was the just large amount of information you need to deal with, the complexity of the operations and all the data and content that comes with it. Now, of course, thank God, aviation is very safe. So most of the time, pilots don't need to deal with a lot of this content. And by content, thousands of pages of manuals. How do you operate the aircraft, organizational manuals, how do you create reports, things like what are the rules on boarding, who's allowed to board, who's not allowed, refueling, technical questions, what if things go wrong or things are not available, how can you still perform a flight, and if so, with what kind of limitations. So there's just so much content, and everything is just, it's only growing, right? There's only more regulations, only more technical complexity coming up. And it's just being dumped on these people and the pilots, the frontline workers. And currently, to your question, they're digitized in a way that they switch to, thank God, to digital documents. Although actually one airline I worked with, they actually still had paper charts, which was very stressful. But most of the documents are already digital. But we're still talking about iPads and very basic file systems and keyword search. And it's just, I always like to compare it with, imagine you'd have to work, or an office worker would have to work without using Google or ChatGPT to look things up. But everything you need is hidden in some kind of folder, and you need to find it and open it. That's how they work. And I would say there is a level of digitalization going on, but there's room for improvement.